I don't really need your breadcrumbs. You can keep them, matter of fact, eat them.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Cece Jacobs. This is a photographic tech channel where I do a lot of videos on tutorials and my photographic journey as I am a fashion photographer. So before you get into this video, subscribe, click the bell, give this video a thumbs up. Also follow my Instagram at I am CC Jacobs. We'll have a lot of the photos that I will be showing on this channel. In today's video, I'll be teaching about floor editing with the clone tool. I'll be demonstrating how I use the clone tool to clean up areas on the floor when it comes to photo shoots and something is out of place on the floor or on the background. So once you're open into Photoshop, you then go to File and then you go to Open. Once you're in Open, go to your memory stick or hard drive. Then from there, you go to your file that you've kept your image on. Once you find your file, once you get to your file, then go to your image and click onto it. It should just pop up straight into Photoshop. So once your image is open into Photoshop, you could either go straight to the navigator tool and zoom into the area that you're going to be focusing on, or you can go straight to your layer that will be on the right hand side and drag the first layer to duplicate it. So then it's two layers and you'll be editing on the first layer that pops up and not the background layer. Once I've had that done, to make sure that the clone tool is selected, then I'll start the process. How to use the clone tool is to click onto the clone tool. Then when you want to pre-select the area that you want, you press the Alt key and it should pop up in like a weird kind of circle to show you that it's activated. Then you click off the Alt key and then second select on the area that you would like to paste onto. And then this tool basically works like a copy and paste. So it will copy by pre-selecting the area that you want to use and then pasting it onto the area that you second select onto. And that's what I kind of do through this process. I start copy and pasting onto certain areas, and you have to remember with doing that, you would need to make sure you watched the plus sign, because the plus sign will be there to kind of tell you where it's copying from. Another part what the clone tool does, it shows a shadow replica of where it's copied and where it might paste if you was to click onto it and what it would look like in a way. But one thing you have to be careful about when you're copying over so close to, let's say, the foot, is that part of the shadow or like a dusted area will duplicate itself onto the foot, for example. So through that part, I do use the eraser to take out parts that have shadowed over the foot so it looks more presentable in a way. With that part of using the eraser tool, I won't be using it until a majority of the area that I'm using the clone tool has finished before I start to clear up the areas of the after dust that it leaves on the foot, for example. Now with the next part, I start going closer to detail on how I would make sure that there's no after dust on each area, and if there is after dust, I will have to clean that up later. But for right now, I concentrate on zooming into the image itself and minimizing the brush itself to make sure that I've got into almost every other detail with the clone tool, and then to go in with the eraser to clean up the feet and the shoes itself, along with minimizing the eraser too. So now I start zooming into the feet and then clearing up anything that might just look out of place or might just need a little bit of a tidy up. And then obviously I go in with the eraser. Then the next part after this, I then start to zoom out of the image to see what the image looks like once all the areas are clear. Then as you can see in this image, you can see that there are multiple different shades in it. It'll be like a light shade of grey and a lighter shade of grey and a darker shade of grey in mixed parts. So what I try to do is increase the size of the brush and copy like a big area of, let's say, a part that I want to use, and then duplicate it onto the same area, but that'll be pasting in a sense. And then do that through the image, but I'll have to keep reselecting on different areas, because if I continue to use the pre-selected area I clicked on first, it will continue to move the mouse and pre-select any area that it's moved itself into without my knowledge. So now the last parts are just to do the normal cleanup with the eraser and making sure that the foot and shoes have no after dust left on it. And then with that, I would need to zoom into the image to pay more closer detail to things that are out of place and try not to go outside of where I'm trying to fix up, because that will leave more work for me to do when I'm trying to refix, and it will leave after dust as well if I go into certain places. So I have to be quite careful, as you can see in this part. And if you do feel like you have maybe left something out of place, you then go to edit, and then you can go to undo if needed. So now the image is done and you're okay with how it looks and you don't want to make any edits or anything. You can then go over to File, Save As. Once you get to your hard drive or memory stick, you can go to a file that you want to save it on, then save it as the name that you want to save it as, and then also you can save it as a Photoshop file that will keep all your edits, everything into it. So if you have any tweaks that you want to make to it, you can also go back to that file and make those tweaks. Along with that, save the image again. You will flatten the layer and save it as a JPEG, and then your image is finished. Now here's the finished product. I tried to make this as clear as I could regarding any edits and how detailed I needed it to be for you guys to understand what the process goes into it. So yeah, so if you want any more like retouching videos or anything, do leave it in the comments section so I at least know if you want more, in a sense. And then yeah, so subscribe, click the bell, give this video a thumbs up, share this video, leave a comment down below as well, and anything that I've done or used or anything during this video, I will put it down in the description bar. And also follow my Instagram at IamCCJacobs, where there'll be a lot of photos that I will be editing from there onto here. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.